had all these life experiences that we're bringing to our business. And as you said, we're bringing our whole selves. We're bringing our personal life. We're bringing our work life. It's all leading into what happens in our business. What is one life experience you could name that has really affected how you run your business and helped it be more successful?
Then you really understand yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's the only thing you can understand ever in life. Because if you understand yourself, you don't need to understand anything else.
How is that?
It becomes easier to execute because then understanding yourself or having that life experience or knowing what thought is actually gets you in the present, in the now. Mm-hmm. Unless you don't know what thought is, you are never going to be in the now. Because we're all used to living in the past. If you look at what I am or what we are as a person, this is all past. It's gone. My thought was there sometime. It's still in my head, but it's past. There's nothing new about it. All we can do is live in the present now. And if we can understand thought, you would live in the present. And that experience would actually engage you into everything that's happening.
Can you give an example?
Because
help me.
So when you are in this moment, you are not thinking of anything else. You have no fears because past is all fear. You have nothing about that. So you're focusing on what you're doing. Right now, I'm talking here. I don't care what's happening anywhere else. I don't even remember what I said earlier. I'm sorry about that. But this is what we're talking about, right? This is where we have to be. And that is what would get you engaged into the present. So if it's a customer, if I'm dealing with a customer, right, he's got a problem, that's my life. I don't need to care about anything else. I will do whatever it takes to get that customer to solve his problem. Maybe I'm doing marketing. I would do anything that's required to get the marketing message out. So that's what engagement is all about. And I think that experience for me, when you understand thought, you get to know, I talked about the mind, right? You have a brain, you have data that you're gathering from your 5 senses, which is becoming your memory. And that memory is actually only used to create an identity for you. And that identity is interfering with everything that's happening because when you get to engage with something, it's your past thoughts that you're keeping you away from doing what is required. A lot of times, we say we are double-minded, or we say, hey, we don't do a lot of things because of the fear of missing out. But that's a fear. And the fear is coming from the past, which means you're not engaged. You're not in the now.
True.
So that's how I think understanding thought is really important. And then anything that you're doing, wherever you're doing, whatever you're doing, doesn't matter. You will do it way better than all the plans that you put together, all the theories that you've implemented. You will do it much better than that because the other part, and sorry, it'll go too long if I get into that.
I'll cut you off.
But the other part is going to be about the energy that you have. If your mind is busy with 20 things in your head that's related to past, you're not engaged in now. So how are you going to deliver what you're required to do? So you will not have the energy. So when you're in the now, that's the only time you have all the possible energy that you can. So that actually gets you much more better results than what you would do with a plan, because a lot of times you're just following the plan, which helps in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that's wrong, but that helps in a lot of ways. But when it comes to living or life or because those experiences matter a lot when you're executing. Because at that point, you may have a checklist of 20 items that you remember and you want to check off, but when you're in that moment, how many of them are you going to remember?
Yeah.
Your life experiences are going to take over and make you do what you have to do. And that's when it matters that you're doing what you're engaged in.